I
Are we live?
When I said, "Are we all ready to go live,
Uh,
Samantha?" I meant, "Are we all ready to
I
go
didn't realize you
live?"
hit
And
start. Hi.
when I said I'm hitting the start button, and everyone said okay, that also meant that I was
Hi,
starting.
Internet.
Oh
Hello,
well,
everyone.
compared
We
to
won't be
last.
playing video games, but we will be talking about video games. And by video games, I mean our video game, Fiasco Restoration and Repair.
Do you want to give like a quick summary of what that is?
Fiasco Restoration and Repair is all about restoring horribly damaged pieces of art with absolutely none of the proper weapons. Wow, these are
Weapons?
weapons. They're tools. Potentially weapons.
We want to
Or
put
the
a
proper
sword in there.
Know-how to restore art properly.
Yeah, we do want to get a sword in there.
Do
Looking
fine
forward
art
to the
restoration.
Sword eventually.
Put the stuff in your garage.
You know,
Right
you don't
now.
stream for 2 weeks, and everyone, it is not like riding a bike at all. Apparently, you do lose all coordination after 2 weeks. It's great.
We finished working on the demo, releasing hotfixes and fixing bugs and making some nice quality of life features, but the demo's going to stay the way it is, and now we're working for an early access release.
The demo,
Demo is still up.
we still
Demo's
do
still
have.
up, but the demo is still super playable and cool, and you should check it out.
And any feedback we get about the demo does directly impact our ability to fix things and improve things about what we're working on. Good reason to join our Discord or follow us on Twitter for news.
Okay,
So what's on the docket for today?
so we're just gonna kind of do not real playthroughs, but as you can see, I'm here in the ever gracious Unity editor. I guess we're just gonna go through the stuff we've been doing the last few weeks and talking about where we're gonna be taking it as we work towards early access.
Got some exciting stuff in the pipeline.
Very exciting stuff.
I guess to start off, piggybacking directly off of the feedback that we got from the demo and all of our testing for the Kickstarter. We
I posted. Sorry.
well, geez, Samantha, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt something?
Sorry.
Yes,
Go
there
on.
is. No, you've derailed enough. First of all, the entire art section now. There is a new poster done by Samantha. Back to the futurism.
Keep those art puns rolling.
If anyone in the chat, if anyone in our Discord server or our Twitter community has ideas for like funny movie art puns, do let us know, because we have a lot of posters to fill. As you can see on the wall, there's some blank ones. So yeah, do let us know if you can think of any good art puns, and I may just create a poster about it and put it in the game.
Alright, so where was I? First thing I was working on was going through and trying to make a bunch of changes to make the physics and all of that stuff more stable. Not too stable, because this is a similar game about doing things wrong. If everything worked exactly right, that'd be a little weird. But in general, I've been working on a lot of quality of life improvements for, well, just about any instance in the game where something collides with something else. To start off, I've sort of redone some of the character movements that's a bit smoother. Before we just had to sort of walk and crouch and kind of jump on stuff. I fixed the gravity. Not only do you not kind of just sometimes teleport to the ground, which people noted before, I've also now done this little slide simulation thing and done a bit of work to sort of there's more control over what they're standing on. So you can kind of, pretty easily navigate the world without getting caught on every prop in the scene. Also use stuff as platforms if you need to reach those top shelves, because Antonio is a very, very short man. In general, I've fixed a lot of issues we had with the demo with physics and stability as far as the props go. And as a fun little byproduct, I somehow managed to make it so that every object in the game throws just a bit farther than it used to and a bit faster. The containers, which during the demo were rather famously the thing most capable of breaking the game into a million pieces, have been completely rebuilt. Like, extensively rebuilt. Hours of my life rebuilt even. And as you can see here, I'm just going to go through, and there's still a few bugs obviously, but I'm just going to go through and gradually put about half the room into this basket. I can do that now. It mostly doesn't break.
Remind, most of the features you're going to see here are work in progress, so not perfect.
I think that's enough garbage. That's probably enough garbage. So yeah, you can now load basically anything into the containers without breaking the game. And I've also redone the physics so that they are, in general, just sort of less in the way. So if I take this object, for example, and chuck it around, one of the big goals I have moving into as a designer going to early access is I want to get rid of all the weird stuff that stop you from moving around the room and doing what you wanted to do. So like, there's no more weird clipping with any objects and containers, no more like objects getting caught on like the outer edges of other objects. I've gone through and redone virtually every tool in the game just to make the actual controls that little bit more smooth here, so you don't get that weird like shake. As fun as the shaky hand Antonio was before, now the brush strokes are just kind of smooth regardless of what tool you're using. In general, physics just kind of tends to break less. Alright, Monica, you should be good to go. Do your thing.
Hello. Today I'm talking about liquids, which are a key part of our video game about painting, because paints are liquids, as is spaghetti sauce, motor oil, bean juice, all kinds of exciting things that you can slather all over the Mona Lisa. And the demo version of our liquid system, we weren't particularly pleased with for a lot of reasons. Currently, this is in 3 distinct parts, because basically there's 3 things you want to be able to do with liquids in the game. You want to be able to have them contained in buckets, as well as other containers, obviously, bottles, tubes. You want to be able to put them on paintbrushes, like this lovely little number here. And you want to be able to put them on paintings. As you can see, our bucket here contains a bunch of orange goo, some orange gel, and I've been working on making it so if you disable gizmos here, when you go to pour out the gel, you can see it successfully levels out the top of the liquid. And the goal in that is that if you're to slosh your bucket around, you want the top of the liquid to move around with it, and as you pour it out the front here, you want it to be able to do that as well. So it will drain over time, so long as there is stuff below that line there, and the more liquid is above, the quicker it will drain. As you can see, if I go back to my bucket and fill it up, it's just gonna immediately drain out. And if I tip it some more, I can bring it back up, and there isn't much left in there. And so we're solving this problem by calculating the physics arc using some basic Newtonian mechanics. If anyone took American high school level physics, you're probably familiar, at least vaguely.
Or you've tried to forget, in which case
You
we
fool.
apologize.
Anyone who works in math or computer science will probably remember these. Everyone else probably doesn't, because they don't need to. But we basically just simulate out the arc of where the liquid will go, and then we use one of Unity's really handy built-in line renderers that I've built a custom shader for. If I were to just turn that to the side, you can see it will quickly drain out the back. One issue that we had with the old liquids was that we wanted to be able to pour it out of any side of the bucket, because if the player's tipping it, it's going to go out the front. But if you knock it over by, say, hitting it with a hammer, we want it to be able to turn over and successfully pour out of any side. So, like, if I were to do it this way, you could see it drain out this side. So I'm able to fill it up and let it drain out the side. And that's accomplished. If I turn my gizmos back on here, so you can see some debugs from Unity. The little teal box is telling me where the center of the mouth of the bucket is, and then I do a whole bunch of vector mathematics to determine where the highest point up at the top of the bucket and the lowest point is, and then use that lowest point as the point where the liquid will jump out of, or pour out of. So as you can see, if I were to rotate this like that, you can see that line renderer move around the edge of the bucket as those debug lines, the red and the blue, move from spot to spot as they recalculate every time I update. And that's how fluid containers are currently working. Like I said, there's still a few bugs to be resolved, but I'm quite proud of this, and it's definitely a better replacement of what we had, and will definitely really increase both the performance of how liquids behave as well as just how they look and gameplay, just kind of all around. I managed to make it so that you only need two things to represent liquid in the game, and it's the amount, which can be any amount, and it's stuck to a range between 0 and the maximum amount for this container. You can't put more liquid in than the container can hold. And then a material, which is just Unity's way of representing all of the data to draw something with. So this material, this gel material, represents all of the properties of the liquid that we currently have in the bucket. And all I need to do to change this is I can go into here and select a new material. So let's see. I could say put purple paint in there, which will drain out like that. Same functionality. I could put, that's here, antifreeze. That lovely bright pink color. It's really shiny.
Doesn't hurt the eyes at all.
Or we could put just basic water. And the other thing that, another couple things actually, are, and this is a little more technical, but I think it would be really cool if I show off. If I go to my shaders here, we've been using the Unity's shader graph, which is a lovely tool that makes my life easier because I don't have to write as much code. I can represent things visually, and it means that our artists, specifically Oliver, can work closely with me for figuring out the logic of how things should look, because
I'm not a code.
He's not a programmer, and I don't always know what things should look like because I'm not an artist. So I've created this graph here that creates this kind of liquid-looking glow effect that I can then, where the black turns transparent and the white is filled with whatever color the liquid is, along with whatever reflective properties it has. So this is used basically as the transparency of the liquid, and I can go and like change the width around, so that's a broader width. And that's just the basic noise and then a generative ellipse using some built-in tools. So if I go here, and I'll make this look like that, and then I can increase the rate that it moves, I can reduce the width, which is how we control the amount of liquid flowing out. So as the amount that needs to exit the container goes up, it'll get thicker. And then I can also make it more noisy and splat. So like things that splatter everywhere, like paint coming out at high velocity, as opposed to water, which would pour in a nice, relatively smooth kind of beam, I guess. I don't know what the word for that would be. get that lovely
Cream, I guess.
flow. Yeah, and so I can increase and decrease the rate. So if we have something very thick and sticky, like syrupy, then that can pour out slower. And then the final thing that we've been working on for fluids is just, used to be that when you put liquids onto paint brushes, like here, with this scan brush that allows us to scan across the surface of a painting and determine where to put paint on it. It used to be that we just get the color of the liquid and apply it to the top of the brush so you could see what color you were painting. But I've made it so that it will accept all the properties of the liquid, not just its color. So if I were to go here and switch from antifreeze to, like, let's try pink paint, because it's roughly the same color, but as you can see, it does not have the same reflective properties. It's more matte because it's paint, whereas antifreeze is like a shiny, oily texture. And I'm currently working on making that apply to the paintings as well. So when you go to paint with something, it doesn't just apply the color of the paint, it also applies its shininess and its, like, how much it reflects light, how much it reflects the things around it, so you can have, like, metallic paint that reflects stuff like a mirror, as well as its bumpiness and other properties, so we can do some visually cool stuff with paints. I'm in the process of doing that. Let's see, actually, if I go up here and, like, paint blit. Yeah, here we go. So here's a sample of that. So this is the default oil. So rather than just being a plain brown blotch, you can now see it applies this nice reflective oil to the Mona Lisa, which reflects the environment around it, as well as the lights. You can see the scene. And it looks great at a distance, I think, because it has this lovely, it reflects the light. It looks like you've really put something on there rather than just changing the color. It's very physical feeling, and I'm quite proud of that. And that's what I've been working on for the past few weeks. And I'm getting real close to finishing that up, and I'm excited to see it make its way to being prepared for early access. And I try to avoid most of the technical stuff, but I find this stuff really cool. So if anybody wants to talk to me about Unity and rendering and our painting system, we have a Discord that I am active in. So if you want to check us out on Discord, you can find me, I believe I am FM Annika there. If you want to reach out and talk about programming, I'm around. And I mean, that goes for all of us. If anyone wants to ask specific questions or just hang out with developers, or if you play our demo and it's something cool you want to show off, find us on our Discord or Twitter, hit us up. We'll gladly answer your questions. We're an open book. Have I stalled long enough, Andrew? Andrew's got some cool stuff to show off. This
Sure.
is when people normally do what, like an ad break? We're not sponsored.
This
If you'd like to sponsor us.
is sponsored by us.
Yeah, give us your money. Pay us. You probably won't regret it.
Yeah, early access is gonna happen.
Follow us on TikTok.
Nice.
We make Michelangelo do TikTok dances.
I don't see how a pet. He doesn't have a
I
name.
don't want him to do that. Leave
You
him
can-
alone.
Michelangelo is our lovely little pet rock mascot. Where is he? Where's
Michelangelo's too young for TikTok. It's a bad influence.
I'm sure Michelangelo would not be healthy for TikTok.
Pet rock?
They're
There
not
he
ready
is.
for it.
Wow. He
There
gets
it
too
Yeah,
many
they're
followers.
not ready for him. He'd be
My
fine.
Yeah.
beautiful little boy.
The face of the beast.
Alright, I think I've switched over. So this is a slightly different alternate universe from the one we started the stream in, and from the one that Annika was just in. This version of the game that I've been working on is part where we're working on the goals and gameplay. One of the big questions we had during the demo time for Next Fest and the Kickstarter and everything was like, is there like a way to win? Do I just sort of noodle around and like paint stuff, or is there like a way to lose? Whenever anyone asked that question, we had to just sort of not look them directly in the eyes and say, yeah, no, for the demo, it's, you know, just for fun, you just mess around. But we can definitely say now that we are actually working on a proper set of levels for the game, and that the sort of free paint mode that we had in the demo is going to, I guess it's going to become a free paint mode, isn't it? The general idea is that we want to sort of give the player a set of goals, very specific goals you have to sort of work through. Different types of things attached to the painting that shouldn't be there, different places to affect, and parts of the painting that you aren't supposed to touch despite having massive unwieldy tools, and to just try and come on, Unity. There we go. Just try to clear everything off without completely destroying the painting. Goals are very much in progress. That is basically the extent of what's in the game right now. But that's certainly coming. And also, the hammer, which we had in the demo, now actually swings and hits things and applies physics. So that's a lot of fun. I've already got these sort of bare bones set up for a system for tracking what sort of pieces are attached to the painting, and I've just sort of barely started on doing area detection for where the player is painting and what colors and that sort of thing. So if I'm gonna take this, in addition to the bar UI in the game, you'll see, holy
Yeah.
Sorry, I just cleared off the entire painting in one hammer swing. I've never done that before.
Speedrun strats on our streams only.
Yeah, no. That little complete checkbox there. But yeah, no. We're doing. I believe we set a few levels, proper levels, for the actual early access release, right? Yep. And there's going to be a lot more about that in the coming couple weeks, I expect, because, well, this is just the start.
We actually have just enough time to do a restoration, so that's perfect.
Oh, convenience.
I thought of this or something. Alright. So
I like how the hammer's right in front of the painting. Very
ominous.
poetic. Ominous.
Well,
yeah, that's probably the better word.
What do you want me to do? What do people want me to do here? Am I trying to actually paint the Mona Lisa for this one?
I think we could try to do a proper restoration. Gotta kick that cat food off though.
Yeah, do a proper restoration. Now that the brushes work all nice.
Fun. Wow, did I make that hammer bigger before I uploaded this or something?
Oh.
Well,
I like how it falls away in sheets.
I know. They kind of look like cookies, I'm not gonna lie.
They do.
I'm I'm looking at them and I'm like, cat food cookie.
We do have a rough plan of coating this entire thing in a frame in mud and fungus, and just force people to sort of take the polisher and hammer and just sort of slowly peel away, or quickly and violently peel away all the grime on the surface. For now, I was like, what's the grimiest looking thing we have? Answer: 20 chunks of cat food stapled to the painting.
But now I'm hungry about it.
What?
They look like cookies.
They look like oatmeal cookies with white chocolate chip chunks.
Yeah.
Ew.
I don't think that'd be very good.
Not that that's gross, but
good.
Cat food.
Sometimes I just smell cat food in my house. Sorry, that's unrelated to this game.
You don't
Smelling burnt toast.
I know.
Kind of deal.
You don't own a cat.
You don't own a cat. What? Huh?
I'll just smell cat food and I'm like, is that real? I don't know. Oh well. Ointment.
Yes.
The convenient fleshy tone of ointment.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you said.
Sorry, this is the half of the stream where I get weird.
What do you mean the half? Well, That's not
Whoa.
quite.
Big.
Yeah, that's a little big. Okay.
Big.
Maybe I should tone it down with the brush size a little bit. So my paintbrush is steadier, but is my mouse hand better? No. But still, it's not as atrocious.
You gotta
as
use your little tablet. Remember that worked.
Oh, I packed
Fortunately, we
it.
cannot patch user error.
Damn. Just execute me live on Twitch, why don't you? That looks like a face. Not her face. But that is vaguely face colored.
It kind of looks like an uncooked slab of chicken, but go off.
Everything looks like an uncooked slab of chicken to you.
So true.
You're not supposed to
I'm
agree
a
with that.
hungry person.
How do we feel about... I don't know. No, not this time.
What?
What?
Oh,
I briefly
I see.
briefly considered just setting it on fire. You know.
Should
Oh,
give her
you
like
got
red demon eyes.
red demon eyes. I could do that. I've got eyes.
Like demon Mona Lisa.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Too high up. Too high up. All right.
No, don't worry, we'll get there.
I see. Okay. Gotta trust the process. Oh, I see. Oh no.
Yeah, you get it?
Oh no.
Yep, nope. Now she's got like a weird, like, triangle thing going on. Because this is my vision now. Hang on, we can salvage this in a non-salvaging way. I have an idea for salvaging this.
A
It's
bloody
to be-
gaping hole. That's also how I salvage my art pieces.
I know it is.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Kind of scary though.
it's also a little bit more tracking now. It doesn't quite go off the page as easily as it used to.
Woo!
Kind of sticks a little bit so that you actually can aim. I'm putting my charcoal painting experience to use here.
What are
don't
you doing? It's like a Medusa thing?
No, it's just more sort of tendrils of darkness reaching out from the abyss to consume all.
I like how you got rid of one of the footprints and then you're just like, ah yes, the darkness consumes us. Yeah,
Hey,
no, she's normal. Look at her.
Yeah, Annika specifically said, let's try and do a good job and just fix the painting.
Let's do a bang up job. Okay. Can you add a mouthful of teeth? A grinning mouthful of teeth?
To what part of her body?
I like how you left the... I will leave that up to you. I like how you left the... What do you call it? Not a Bunsen burner. Fire thingy. Blowtorch. You left the blowtorch on. That's bad fire. You're standing on it.
Huh?
Antonio, your legs are on fire. We do not learn from our mistakes.
What did we use in the past that made convincing nightmare fuel?
Buttons?
I don't remember.
No, was it pasta?
Googly
It
eye.
might have been pasta.
Oh, I know what the problem is with the beans and pasta. I got it.
The classic beans and pasta problem. Hate when this
Yeah,
happens
okay,
while I'm
okay,
making dinner.
It's like a philosophical
one bean.
dilemma, the beans and pasta problem.
Hit them both with the trolley. See if I care.
Well, that's horrifying.
Yeah, no, you've made a grim death mask once again. That seems to be the only thing you can make. I feel like she looks like something very specific, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. Brain is saying Monsters Inc., but I don't think that's true, because this is way too terrifying to be in Monsters Inc.
In what universe is this from Monsters Inc? Yeah.
Dark
Pixar,
Souls, Mike Wazowski.
I've got your future idea here. Come on. Pay me.
Oh, I don't like the large lower jaw.
We're gonna be terrible today, let's just commit.
Looking forward to this one going up on the Twitter.
Can we put this one on the Twitter?
Of course we can.
For sure.
42 seconds!
You think I don't know that?
Go, go, go!
Oh.
Oh no, his hand is shaking.
It literally is a little bit, yeah. That might be blood loss, though.
Oh no!
Blood circulation loss.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you okay?
I mean, no, but that's unrelated. Okay, that's it.
Oh,
I can't do
no.
anymore.
You did a sublime job.
Yeah.
I like her 2 clumps of garbage.
Oh. Well, that's... I don't...
Fantastic.
Fine art.
That's very good.
Yeah.
That is very good.
I just save that to the... This isn't a build. I just save that to the project files for the game. Okay, I've ruined enough here. Someone sign us off.
Alright. We're Foul Machinations. This is our game, Fiasco Restoration and Repair. A game about
Look
doing...
us up on Steam!
Indeed, a game about doing fine art restoration with none of the correct tools and none of the expertise in your parents' garage. Thanks for watching. This has been our dev stream. If you're here live, we appreciate it. If you're watching the video later, we also appreciate it. Check us out on Steam. We have a live demo, and look out for news regarding early access, which should be coming out. And then follow us on Twitter or on TikTok or join our Discord to get dev updates and talk directly to us if you have questions, suggestions, or just want to hang out. We're around, so.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.